Hi there, and welcome to this Excel tutorial on if functions. In this video, we'll learn the different types of if functions and how to use them. Now, let's get started. So, I have 3 different scores of students who have appeared for a test. Now, based on a pass percentage criteria, I want to bucket the results as pass or fail. I would also want the grades of students who have passed the test. This can be achieved by using the if function. I've already applied the formula here. I'll delete this and show you how to write the if function for it. I'll delete this and show you how to write the if function for it. Go to the column. I have the percentage scores of the students. And now I want to give a condition saying if the score is greater than 50%, then the student has passed. If not, they have failed. So we type equals IF. All the formulas are listed, but here we're going to select the first if. And then you have to write a logical test here. The logical test here would be if the score, so select the score, F2, is greater than 50%, comma, it is asking for the result if true. If this condition is true, I would want to show pass here. Since pass is a text value, I have to put it in double quotes, pass, and close the parenthesis. Hit enter. Now, since the student has scored greater than 50%, it is showing as pass. Double-click to replicate it to the other rows as well. So all the students have got greater than 50%. So they have passed. But one record here has a score lesser than 50%. And so it's showing false because we haven't given it the result to display if it fails the condition we've given it. So we need to make a slight modification to the existing formula. Put a comma after pass, and give your value if false. My value would be fail. Close the parenthesis, hit enter, and double-click the small box to apply it to the other rows. Now, since the condition greater than 50% is not met, it has added fail over here. And this is how we use this simple if function. Now, if I also want to get the grades of the students who have passed, then I will have to apply a nested if function. Equals if. My first condition is if score is less than 50%. Then F, the grade code for fail. My other conditions will be if the student has passed. So we type if following this condition. This becomes a nested if formula. If the score is greater than 90%, I would give the grade A. If not, I'll have to give another if function. If the score is greater than 80%, then we would say, or actually let me take it as 70%, then the grade is B. Or else the grade is C. Now close. You can also keep adding nested ifs. If you prefer, you can also add more if functions if you want even more grades. Now you close all the parentheses, hit enter, click and drag, and the grades have come here. Let me explain the first condition here. For the first record, the condition first checks if the score is lesser than 50. If yes, it displays F. If not, then it goes here. If it's greater than 90, then A. If not, then it goes ahead. If it's greater than 70, then B. If it's not, then it goes ahead and outputs the last grade here, which is C. That's what happens for the other cells as well. And now we've seen how to use the nested if function. So let's move on to IFERROR. I have a list of items here. The sales and units. I want the average price. The formula for that is equals sales divided by unit. You can click and drag here, and you have the sum of the average prices here. So what happened is it shows an error. Why? Just click on the error, and it shows divide by 0 error. Now how do we handle this error here? I don't want an error here, so all you have to do is in front of the formula add IFERROR, so if there's an error, what has to be displayed here? Say I want it to read as 0 if an error occurs. Close parenthesis. Click and drag. Now, since an error is occurring here, it has been replaced with a 0 in this cell, and this is how we use the IFERROR function. Let us now see how to use IFNA. I'm going to delete these item IDs here, so I have items here and IDs in this sheet. I'm going to do a VLOOKUP for all the items and get their IDs from sheet 3. So to do that, I'm going to use a basic VLOOKUP formula, look up this value in this array, I've got the ID. Now double-click to get for the other rows, and I've gotten not available here. Why? Because the value it needs to retrieve is not available in this list here, the ID for the item board. So how do we deal with this? By using the IFNA or if not available function. So all I have to do is go to the front of the formula, IFNA, and what value you want to output if something is not available. I am going to type item not found. Close parenthesis, and drag it to the other rows. Since the item ID was not available in our VLOOKUP, it has shown item not found here. It shows here item not found. And these are some basic if functions. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you in the next video.